Today we are looking at the Debian 13 Trexie LXQt desktop environment. So this is the live boot, and also you need to understand this is not the stable release, or the Debian 13 isn't even still released. So this is just the build. So I'm going to show you how the RAM resources and all those things will consume. So let me show you all the boot menu options. Here are all utilities. So you should be hearing the sound of the boot menu, and in the advanced install options, these are all the options you get. And also, as you can see, you should be seeing the Linux kernel 6.11.7. So let's quickly boot it in the live boot. And also, whatever the applications right now using the versions, like for example, if it's have like a Firefox 132, then when the stable release is released, these numbers will change because it's going to keep on updating all the applications, packages, everything. So you need to understand these common things. And right now I'm running it on the virtual machine, which is VMware, with a 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. And before saying something, it's a daily build. It should be having some issues. It doesn't have a lot of issues. I tried the Spark Linux, which is based on Debian 13, and also I tried the older version. Not the older version, other desktop environment, which was XFCE. Everything was working properly without any issues. But I still recommend it's better to wait for the stable release instead of using the daily builds. But if you're a Linux tester or a distropper, you can try it. But if you're a normal user, it's better to stay away from this type of daily builds or the development branch ISO files. So here you should be seeing the mouse cursor. So it should take a bit of time here. So usually it will take like a minute or minute and 50 seconds like maximum. So let's wait and see. And this is the LXQt desktop environment. So it should consume a bit lesser resources when compared to the GNOME version and also the KDE Plasma version. You already know this desktop environment will consume a lot of resources. But the LXQt, LXDE, XFCE, OpenBox, this type of desktop environments, most of the people who have like a low-end PC will use this type of desktop environment because it's going to perform way better on those hardwares. So here we are still waiting for our desktop layout. Let's see how it looks. And right now I don't see anything on the desktop. So we are just seeing the mouse cursor. And also I'll be posting videos daily. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And also if you want to check other desktop environments of Debian 13, you can subscribe. I already made the XFCE. Right now we are making the LXQt. And almost a year ago, I made all the videos of Debian 13, but they have the older versions. Right now, you should have like a latest applications and everything. So here we have the desktop layout. So it took way too time. So the XFCE didn't take that much of time, but the LXQt took a lot of time. I don't know why. So it's okay. Let's first change the display settings. So these are all the applications you get. Let me first change the preference. Go to the LXQt monitor settings. So my monitor is like a 1920 into 1080. Let me apply it. Yes. Let's close it. Let's check about the LXQt. Let's see what version we get. So you get the 1.4.0. So you already know what are the latest version of the LXQt. You don't know that. You just need to click on LX. You just need to type in like a LXQt in the browser and you should be taken to the official website. Or else now I'm going to show you right in the video itself. So let's first check the resources. Let's go to the QPS. So let's see how the resources are going. So the CPU is around like this much, and about the memory, it's consuming like 712 MB. So you need to understand that I'm running it on the virtual machine and also the live boot, so it will be consuming a bit more. But when you install it on the bare metal on the hardware, it's going to be consuming way lesser, and also the user experience and the booting process will be also lesser. So right now it's in a development stage, so we can't say anything wrong because it's a development version, so nothing wrong with it. So it will have some issues and also some bugs. But the XFCE I didn't see any of the issues in the XFCE, and also this version doesn't have any issues, I guess. So let's check all those things and we can decide it later whether it's working properly or not at the end. So the version you get is a QPS 2.8.0. So I'm not going to trim anything, or I'm not going to edit anything, because I want to give you everything like a raw as possible, because you can get all the information without any transitions or anything like that. So I don't want to trim anything. Whether it will be like almost like a 20-25 minutes video, so I'm going to keep it like that so you can get all the information properly. So these are all the process and the resources right now consuming, and also here is like all the uptime and everything. So I'm going to keep it like this so you can see all the changes. And now let's go to the terminal and type in some commands. Let's make the terminal bigger so you can see everything properly. And also let's check the version. You get the Qt terminal, which is 1.4.0. About Qt, here is the Qt. Let's try to change the color so you can see everything properly. Let's find the preference. Let's try to change the color. Here is the appearance. I don't see any colors or anything like that. Color scheme, breeze. Let's check on the black and white. So I want the complete solid color. I don't want the transparent. Let's try to find the transparent option. Behavior. I don't think here it is. Shortcuts, drop down, bookmarks. I think it should be on the appearance, I guess. Widget style, Windows, maybe. Let's click on apply. So I don't want this one too. And I don't see anything transparent or anything like that here. So terminal transparency, let's change it to 0. Click on apply. So it's okay right now. So now I'm going to type in some commands. For example, like a inxi -sv8. So it says command not found. So we need to install the commands like a fast fetch and also the inxi, so we can get all the audio, graphics and everything. Let's try to do that. Sudo apt install fast fetch. I'm going to click on enter. So it's going to take a few seconds and it's going to install the fast fetch. So the neofetch is, you know what happened to neofetch. So I'm going to install the, I'm going to click on, I'm going to type in like a Y, hit enter, and it's going to install the fast fetch for us. And also we can install the inxi. So keep an eye on the CPU and RAM. And also if you're a normal user, don't even try to ask the links or don't even try to download the ISO file, because it may ruin your PC. So that's the reason I'm not providing any links or anything like that. So I don't want you to ruin your PC. So that's the reason. So if you're a Linux tester or a distro hopper, you already know how to download the ISO files. So I'm just going to leave it for you. So some people are should be angry. Not everyone, most of the users or the most of the viewers in my channel understands, but there will be some person, like 1 or 2 person, will ask for the links. If I don't provide the link, that means it's not suitable for you, because it may have issues. I don't want you to ruin your PC. So that's the reason I'm trying to not provide the link. So it installed. So I'm going to install the INX also. Sudo apt install inxi. So I'm going to type in Y, hit enter, and it's going to do everything. So here you should be seeing threads and everything. So let me remove all those things. So CPU is almost 18%, user is 15%, and the RAM went almost like a 825 because of all those things. So now let's try to type all the commands. Like first we go with the fast fetch and hit enter. And here you can see OS, it says like a Debian new Linux Trixie /SID. And I already mentioned I'm running it on the VMware virtual machine. And the kernel you get is the 6.11, which is the stable version right now. And uptime is almost 8 minutes. Packages 2450 dpkg. Shell bash version you get is 5.2.32. Display resolution, my monitor resolution is 1920 into 1080, which I already showed you in the beginning. Desktop environment, you get the LXQt, and here is the window manager theme, the theme, fusion, icons, fonts. So you should be getting all the information like a CPU, the RAM consumption, and here is the disk, local IP and everything. So now let's type in the another command. Let's open the another tab. So I'm going to type in inxi -sv8. So this will grab complete distro information. So if you don't know that the Debian 12.8 was released with 60 something, like a 65 something, like a miscellaneous bug fixes and security updates. So if you want to watch that video, you can watch that video. I already made a video of the Debian 12.8. But if you want the latest Debian 13 Pro packages and everything which is based, means you can go with the Spark Linux video. So I already mentioned everything in that Spark Linux video, which was based on Debian 13 Trexie. So let's go with one by one. System, host, it says like a Debian, the kernel version 64-bit. Compiler GCC version is 14.2.0. And what else we have? The desktop environment, which is LXQt 1.4.0. Qt version is 5.15.13. XFWM4 version is 4.18.0. And what else we have? The distro, the Debian New Linux Trexie. Here is the virtual machine information, which is a VMware information. And about the memory, system RAM is 8 GB, which I already mentioned. And the available RAM will be like a 7.72 GB and used is 1.13 GB. As you can see, here is the RAM also. So here it's consuming like a 1.13 GB. And what else we have? The CPU, which I already mentioned like 3-4 times. So the flags, vulnerabilities, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. Now let's go with the graphics information. VMWGFX version you get is a 2.20 and the display is X11. Server is Xorg, version is 21.1.14 and compositor version is XFWM4, version is 4.18.0. My present resolution and available monitor resolutions are right here. And EGL version you get is a 1.5. OpenGL version you get is a 4.5. Compact V you get is a 4.3. Mesa you get the 24.2.6-1. And Vulkan version you get is a 1.3.296. And here is the LLVM or LLVM pipe. Now let's go with the audio information. Here is the ELSA. Pulse audio version is 16.1. And here is like a network, Bluetooth, drives, partitions, repos, which are clearly unnecessary for the video. And about the process 264, uptime is almost 9 minutes. And what else we have? Compiler GCC version, which I already mentioned. Init systemd version is 256. And shell bash version is 5.2.32. INXI version is 3.3.36. So let me type in cat /etc/issue. So I forgot to give this space. So let me try it again. Cat /etc/issue. So here you should be getting all the information. So we got all the distro information right here. And about the installation, you should be seeing the same installer. You don't see any new changes in the application or the installation application. So let it load. So about the desktop features, you get the same like a date and time, volume, the notifications, everything same. So I kept everything as default. I didn't change anything. So you should be getting all those things. And if I get any information about the release date or anything, I'm going to provide everything in my community page in the YouTube channel. So it's better to check my community page in the YouTube channel. You should be getting all the latest information about the packages and whatever the new releases. And here you should be getting the Calamarus installer. You should be getting the version 3.3.9. And the same thing, nothing is different in the installation. So you can easily install. Click on next, choose the map, next the keyboard, partition wherever you want, choose the drive and single boot or dual boot. And there is some issues with the dual boot right now in the internet. It's better to check all those information if you're trying to dual boot. And the main good thing is to dual boot by using two separate drives instead of installing in the same drive. So don't try to install the two operating systems in the same drive, because if anything happens to the one operating system, it's going to ruin both of the operating system. So it's better to always keep the two drives so you can easily manage the operating systems. And other thing, user account creation, summary, and installation. Installation will take a bit of time. So I didn't install anything. So sometimes the installation may fail. Sometimes the installation have some errors. So it's better to try it in the virtual machines. And other things, the pre-installed applications you get. So I'm going to show you all the pre-installed applications right here. On the education, you get the Golden Dictionary. Under the games, Fortune, graphics, internet, Office suite, you get the LibreOffice. You should be getting the latest LibreOffice and also the Firefox. So this is something like a Meteor-Qt. I don't know what it is. And I think the Golden Dictionary was also added, I guess. I don't really remember the LXQt desktop environment Debian version. So if you're using that version, so you should be easily seeing all the changes right away. And system tools, I think this one is also added, I guess. Preference, everything is same, nothing is changed here. And about the LXQt, I already showed you the LXQt version. Let's go with the appearance. Let's check whether we have any changes in the themes or anything like that. So nothing here. Icon themes, everything is same. So if you see any changes, do let me know in the comment section. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the internet browser and I'm going to show you the latest LXQt version. I'm not going to show you the downloading process or anything like that. I'm just going to show you the LXQt latest version, because you are getting the 1.4.0 in the Debian 13 Trixie. So the latest version will be available in the official website itself. So let the browser open and I'm going to show you the version of the browser also. So you need to understand that all the kernel versions and everything will be changed weekly, because this is a weekly build ISO file. So you should be seeing the changes in the kernel and also the applications until the stable release is released. So when the stable release is released, you should be getting the exact numbers of whatever the kernel it is, whatever the applications. That day it will be same on the stable version. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open some important website and I'm going to continue from there. So I opened every important links. So here you can see about support. So the kernel is 6.11.7. Let me show you the Linux kernel. So this is the official website, or the official link will be first link, or else you can just type in like www.kernel.org. So the stable version right now is 6.11.9. So this is the stable version 6.11.9. So the version we are using, the stable version right now. And if you don't know what is a stable version, mainline, or the long term, you just need to click on the releases. And here is the complete description of whatever the kernel is called. And if it says like a long term, then it's a LTS version. Here you should be seeing the end of life of that specific kernel. And in order to get the kernel information, you can get by typing this command in the terminal, or you can choose the fast fetch, neofetch, inx-sv8, or you can just use the browser about ;support, and you should be getting all the information. And about the RAM, disk space, we already mentioned everything in the beginning. So here is some browser information. Here also you should be getting like a LLVM and Mesa version, which I already showed you in the terminal. And the desktop environment, Windows Protocol X11, Mesa version, my present resolution right here. So these are some other information. If anything is important, you can just pause the video and read on yourself, because for the video it's not important. And we got all the kernel information, so I'm just going to close this tab. About the LXQt, so the latest version should be right here. So this is the official link of the LXQt, and here is the latest versions. So these are all the latest version, but you are still getting the 1.4.0. So if you want to go with the releases, here is all the release information about the blog. Here is the LXQt release 2.1. It's a preview. September 2024. So you should be getting all the information from the official website itself. So what else we have left here? So I'm going to open some applications here to show you the versions, and I'm going to end the video. So this is just like a test or something like that, just an educational purpose video, because you don't need to try it on your PC or anything like that. I just want to see what are the changes, because it's almost a year, because I made a video almost a year ago of every Debian 13 Trexie desktop environments. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out in my channel. You just need to search like a Debian 13 and you should be getting all the Debian 13 videos. And let's see how the resources will run. So I'm going to open a bunch of applications to see how this, whether we get any lag or any crashes or anything like that. So usually it will be pretty much stable, but still it's not a stable version. So that's the reason I'm not going to recommend anything right here. So let me open a few applications here. I think we need to open like a LibreOffice calculator. And on the sound and video, you get some applications right here. System tools. Here are the preference, alternative configurations, window manager. Here is the tweaks. So you can also customize all those things. So the resources right now, right here, memory, it's going to show you like a 1353 MB. So it's better to open the terminal and type in the commands, because we don't know the exact resources. So I'm going to type in fast fetch, or else you can just type in like a INXI to get the RAM information. So the RAM it's consuming, let me get the RAM information. Here it is like a 1.83 GB, but when you see on the application, it shows like a 1375 MB. So cache is like a 3469, total MB is 7910, which is 7 GB. So it's better to always use the terminals to get the exact memory information. So this is the RAM consumption, and also I'm going to use it like a RAM consumption in the title, so you can get all the information. So this is just like an educational video, something like that, and also I want to test it, which I already mentioned a few seconds ago or a few minutes ago. So this is how it's performing. I didn't see any issues or any lag, but it's still pretty much stable. Any bugs or anything, I didn't face any bugs or anything, even in the XFC video which I already made like a day ago. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out, that video. And about the applications, you should be getting the latest applications, because it's a weekly build. It's going to update every week. So whatever the latest release is available, it's going to change it to the latest versions. So they're going to update everything. And about the file manager, you get the Pacman 1.4.0. So you don't get the latest LXQt desktop environment. And about the Thunderbird, you get the latest Nebula version. It's not a Supernova, it's a Nebula. Let's close it. And there is also latest LibreOffice version right now. So here is the version. So if you want any information, you can just click on the release notes, or else you can just type in like a LibreOffice in the internet browser, and you should be getting the latest releases information. About the Windows Manager tweaks, as I already said, I kept everything as default. I didn't change anything. So this is the LXQt desktop environment of Debian 13 Trixie. This is how it performed. So there is no new things or anything like that, just some kernel updates and some applications updates, I guess. And it was working properly without issues. I didn't see any lag or any crash. So it will be completely different when you have like recommended requirements. So it's always a good option to search in the Google, just type in like a Debian system requirements. And if you have like a low-end PC, go with the like a LXQt, LXD, or the XFC desktop environment. But if you have like a 4 GB of RAM and a dual core processor, like good end PC, then it's better to go with the GNOME version or KDE Plasma version. So it will be clearly up to you. There are also like a Cinnamon, Matte, LXDE, LXQt, XFC. There are a lot of desktop environments available for the Debian when you go with the live boot or the live builds. So these are all the resources, and this was the video. And like I already said, if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, because I'll be posting videos daily. And even if it's not released, you should be getting all the latest information, like this one, like a Debian 13 Trexie is not yet released, you should be getting all the information. And also I already made like a video of Ubuntu 25.04, which is Plunky Puffy. I don't know, I don't really remember the code name because it's pretty much weird name, but it's clearly up to them, it's their distro. I don't have any issue with that. And if you want to check that video of Ubuntu 25.04, I already made a daily build video which is posted yesterday. So if you want to watch that video, you can watch it. And if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And I'm going to show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. Here is our logout screen. It should be popped up like in a few seconds. So the booting process, like I already said, it's going to take a bit of time. And here is the sessions, the language selection. I think this is or something like that. I don't really remember the LXQt Debian videos, so that's the reason. So if this is a change, then do let me know in the comment section. And I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.